What's up, everybody? This is the Tech Preacher. So webcams have moved up as far as image quality. What you're looking at right now is going to be the brand new Yolocam S3 webcam. This 4K AI webcam, to me, has moved up as far as quality. Huge sensor, 4K AI, all kinds of capabilities here from YoloLive, right? And I believe that this $200 webcam is kind of going against the OBSBOT Tiny 2. Let me give you a split screen here. So here it is, right? This is going to be the Yolocam S3, and this is going to be the OBSBOT Tiny 2. As you can see, the image quality is a little different. The Tiny 2 is right at about $300, about $270. Well, the Yolocam S3 is coming at about $199, and it has a huge sensor and all the 4K and AI capability that the OBSBOT has also. But the main difference between both of these cameras, as you can see, is that the image quality is way different. You have a more quality image sensor that's going to be on the Yolocam S3 versus the OBSBOT. The Yolocam S3 is capable of 4K and everything else in between. So at the beginning of this video, I wanted to do a split screen, get right into it so y'all guys can see the difference between the Tiny 2, right, the OBSBOT Tiny 2 versus the Yolocam S3. But let me give you my thoughts about me using the Yolocam S3 for a couple of days now. So sit back, relax, and get your popcorn ready and follow me on this journey. Let's go. What's up, guys? This is Zach back with another video. So I recorded this entire video on the YoloBox Ultra, right? And I'm recording this in 4K. And I also have the OBSBOT Tiny 2 kind of split screen. And throughout this video, I'm gonna kind of reference the Tiny 2 because I believe this is kind of in competition with the Yolocam S3. But not only that, but I thought about putting the OBSBOT Meet 4K kind of in competition with the Yolocam S3 because they kind of look similar, even though the Yolocam S3 has a bigger sensor than the OBSBOT. The thing about it is the Meet 4K is a device that's about $100. It's the price dropped a little bit, but in this video, I'm going to talk more about the all-new Yolocam S3. But in the beginning of this video, I just want to kind of show you guys side-by-side image quality between both of these devices. So let's get into my thoughts about the Yolocam S3. So the Yolocam S3 has a 1/13" sensor, which delivers uncompressed 4K 30 frames per second and 1080p up to 60 frames per second. It also has really fast autofocus to keep everything in focus. The Yolocam S3 has AI-enhanced imaging to auto-tune white balance, exposure, and HDR. The Yolocam S3 has a 4x digital zoom at 1080p that delivers crisp images so you can get the best possible video quality. It's a plug and play via USB 3.0 that you can connect to any PC or Mac or even a switcher that has the USB features such as the YoloBox devices, which I have this webcam connected to the YoloBox Ultra. There's a great companion software to fine-tune all your settings such as contrast, sharpness, saturation, exposure, white balance, autofocus, and color grading. So the build quality is really solid with a premium looking feel with its foldable magnetic mount that you can mount anywhere, and it's very flexible, that has the magnetic base. Now you can connect this to most tripods, and you can use this in a portrait orientation or a landscape orientation, and it will work very well. So let me go ahead and show you guys the computer software and connect this to OBS so we can see what it's all about. All right, guys, so let's talk about some of the unique features of the Yolocam S3. Right now, I have the webcam connected to my Mac Studio, and I downloaded some software, which I'm going to show you guys the software that you can download, the camera software, to make your adjustments as far as the image quality, saturation, the focusing, and stuff like that. Okay, so let's talk about that. I got it connected right now to my Mac Studio. So let's go ahead and get in it. All right, so this is going to be the YOLOLIVE website, and as you can see, this camera is brand new, just came out, and what you want to do, you want to download the Yolocam companion software, which I already have downloaded. And once you download it, when you open it up, here it is, right? And when you open it up, once you connect it to your computer or your Mac, it's going to automatically find it as a webcam, and there it is. It's going to be the S3 with the serial number right here. So it's already connected. This is going to be the software, as you can see. Okay, so let's talk about it a little bit. Let's go on and talk about the graphics settings. Now, it has unique features. If you want to stream on TikTok or Instagram, you could do it in the portrait, or you could do it in the landscape, but you could do it at 16:9 or 9:16. If I click on 9:16, as you can see, that I would have to take the camera off the magnet and put it right there, and it's going to automatically turn. And if I'm doing TikTok live, this is going to be perfect. Plus, if you want a very good image quality, as you can see, the image quality is really good. I'm gonna go back to 16:9, and I'm gonna just take the camera and just move it to the side, move it back. Right there, strong magnets on this thing. I really like the magnets. And I have it at 30 frames per second. I am recording at 30 frames per second, but you can go all the way up to 60 frames per second. Okay, and one of the things I noticed when you put it on 60 frames per second here, right? And let me go to make sure I got it. I'm right in the middle here. Is that the image quality usually changes, and then it crops in it a little bit, just so you know. So look like, and everything is on auto. I guess that's one of the reasons why kind of things are changing and stuff like that, which you can lock everything in. I'm gonna show you this part of the video. But it does kind of crop in it a little bit at 60 frames per second. Let's go back to 30 frames per second. Okay, all right, 30 frames per second. Now you do have this a little tab of wider view, but you could put it at 30 up to 60 frames per second, which I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm recording this right now at 30 frames per second, so I'm gonna keep it on 30 frames per second. So that's gonna be the graphic settings. All right, so when I go here, now this is gonna be the default settings right here. I actually turn the sharpness down a little bit. Out of the box, the sharpness is at 10. So I turned the sharpness down to about 2. But I kept everything else as default, right? The contrast, the saturation, and stuff like that, I kept everything the same, all right? And the lens correction, I kept that the same. So that's going to be the image settings. Let's talk about the focus for a second. All right. So you do have your focus, and for me, I would probably stay on the face. But if I'm showing a product, I would just probably go to, AF center. And as you can see, if I'm showing a product, doing a product showcase, and as you can see, the focus is really, really fast here for a webcam. So that is really, really cool. So if I'm doing like a product review and I'm using this camera, definitely looks really good here as far as that. And right there, kind of put that right there. Let's see. Okay. Not too much on that, but yeah, go back to the face there so it can always keep my face in focus. So that's going to be the focusing part. Now zooming, you could zoom wide or you can come closer, and the transition is really, really nice there. Okay. And you could also have some hotkeys. Okay. And I don't want to mess with that. Okay. So let's go back here, but you can do hotkeys. exposure. Now, everything is on auto, and this is one of the things that in my studio, I got so many different colors, right, going on in my studio, right? I got 5700 Kelvin, then in the back, I got colors, RGB colors, and then on the side, I got something that's, I'm rolling with about 3900 Kelvin on the side to kind of give, my face a different texture. So sometimes when you put these cameras on auto mode, it goes a little haywire. So out of the box is in auto mode, but I would probably, for me, I would probably go, take my ISO, put it up a little bit, kind of show you guys how would I do it. Right there looks really good between 640, maybe 800 ISO, not too bright, okay? And since my shutter speed is 1/60, and the reason why, because I'm using a 180 rule, 30 frames per second, so you double your frame rates with your shutter speed, so I'm at 1/60 at 800 ISO, and it can go bright all the way up to 1250. Let's go and show you how bright it gets. Oh, it gets brighter than that. 12,800 is the as bright as you can make it, and I don't want to go there. Kind of go back down to about 800. Let y'all guys see that. Okay, 640, between 640, kind of like 640. 800 is probably ideal right now, and which I really like. So I want to keep that on manual because auto is this. I don't like auto mode. All right, so, and let's go on and go manual mode here. And as you can see, my white balance is at 4,150. Which everything in my studio is at 5700 Kelvin, except I do have something at about 3800 Kelvin. But I would have to keep this as about 46, maybe about 5000 Kelvin. Because if I put this to 5700 Kelvin, it looks really, really rough. Let's go with 5700 Kelvin. So 5700 Kelvin, I really don't know if I like this image quality. So I will probably go down to about 5000 Kelvin. And I don't know, maybe this below 5,000 Kelvin to kind of give me that ideal look. And as I'm looking at my monitors, like about 4,800 Kelvin right there. And so, yeah. So you could do some blue offsets, you could do some red offsets, but I'm gonna go keep this the way it is. I'm a little red, so I could dial that down a little bit. As you can see, as I'm dialing that down, you know what? I'm gonna keep that at default. All right, then I might, mess with it later. But that's gonna be your white balance. And as you can see, I'm okay with this image quality from this camera. Okay. All right, so let's talk about OBS, right? Because that's one of the things that you might want to use this camera for. Let's go to OBS and show you guys how easy it is to connect this camera to OBS. So this is gonna be my OBS. I'm gonna go down to add a scene. I'm gonna call it Yolocam S3. Okay, so I'm gonna call this the Yolocam S3. So I created a scene there, and right there, an OBS, real simple. Let's go to do a video capture device. I'm gonna call it Yolocam. Okay, I'm gonna call it Yolocams. That's gonna be that. And there it is. It pops up right here. Real simple, real easy. And here it is. This is gonna be in OBS. So really simple. The frame rates looks really good. No issues there. But if you want to connect this to OBS, you could do that. And not only that, but it saved all my settings. Okay, so it saved all my settings that I'd created in the application to OBS. So here's my conclusion. The Yolocam S3 at $199 is a great value for what you get. The computer software is great to dial in to get a perfect image quality if you want, right? The auto mode kind of struggle a little bit in my scenario, right? My studio have all kinds of different lighting. So all webcams kind of struggle in my studio. That's kind of normal. But it's easy plug and play. Plus you can connect this to your computer, connect it to OBS, and you can get a fantastic image quality overall, right? I would definitely use this webcam in my studio for sure. I will leave all product links down in the description below if you want to check this webcam out. This is the Tech Preacher. Leave your comments down below. let me know what you think about the Yolocam S3 in all its glory. See you guys on the next video. Peace.